Call the meeting order and ask for a roll call.
Parrott.
Yes.
Blunier.
Here.
Hilliard.
Here.
Leach.
Here.
Menold. Newman. We have a quorum.
If you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments tonight? Seeing none, the consent agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes, regular meeting September 20th, 2021, and the approval of the bills. If we could have a motion.
Move approval.
Second.
Any comments? Call the roll.
Blunier.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Parrott.
Yes.
Motion carries.
I have nothing tonight. Village Clerk,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Village Administrator,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Chief of Police.
One item tonight, Your Honor. It's an ordinance making amendments regarding vehicle impoundments to Title IX of the Municipal Code of the Village of Morton.
If we could have a motion.
Second.
You want to make some comments on that, Chief?
Yeah, basically, we've been looking at this for a little while. Basically, what this ordinance does is it sets forth the requirements by all tow companies that would be participating in our rotation tow program. Basically, it sets forth what their requirements are as far as having a lot to store cars, their availability during that time, and probably one of the most important things is it sets forth a fee schedule that they can charge per tow. One of the issues we've been having is when we call for rotation tow, whether it be on an accident or subject under arrest, is that if you get tow company A, you may get charged one fee where tow company B charges you a different fee. Basically what this ordinance will do is just make everything consistent amongst the tow ordinances, so no matter if you get tow company A or tow company B, you're going to be charged the same amount. It doesn't restrict the tow company from charging what they want to. When they get the call from the individual themselves, it would basically just be when it's on the rotation tow list call out. So.
Okay. Any questions?
If I could supplement that, before you physically tonight is a red line version with some typographical changes made and some issues Trustee Hilliard brought to my attention. There is one provision that was duplicated regarding identification for truck operators. There was a date that was from the original version of the ordinance that needs to be updated for when this would become effective. So its proposed effective date was changed November 1st, 2021. There's a cross-reference to a fee that was a dead link. Essentially needed the citation updated. And there was a section about allowing the chief of police to inspect records. We added or his designee so that the chief could delegate that to somebody else to do on his behalf. So nothing tremendously substantive, but important catches to make sure the ordinance is right. And I appreciate Trustee Hilliard's feedback.
Thank you.
Just to kind of jump in on that again too, Pat in his office, I think, compared the area ordinances, and so this would put us back basically consistent with what other agencies are doing in the area as well.
Okay. Comments?
I would just say that this is something that Chief and I had looked at sometime, and the department has received concerns from some of the citizens over 25 years for various things. So I kudos to him and our attorney for getting this moving a little bit more forward.
Thank you, Trustee Hilliard. Any other comments? If not, call the roll.
Parrott.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Blunier.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
All right. Director of Public Works.
Two items tonight, Your Honor. First is item A. This is a resolution authorizing agreement with Keach Architectural Design Incorporated for design of a gas and water utility building.
Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
You want to make some comments?
Yeah, just a brief summary. This has been a lot of time to get to this point. Lee Garrett's from Keach is in the audience. In case there are any questions, we've been working mainly with Lee and the rest of the staff over there. on a concept. I sent you guys an email, I think it was a month and a half ago, just kind of reaching out if you had any comments, but this is where we're at today. If you go in here to do the whole thing, which that's what I'm asking for approval tonight, on page 3 of 4, it goes through the base site and building design, which is $301,000, the landscape design, which is $3,450, and then the bike path design, which is $7,430. So this would encompass all those items. The construction administration part, or the construction phase, the CA, that would be hourly, that would be after. And that's where we try to work with Keach and take on some of that ourselves too, similar to the lobby area. So there's a lot of work to get done to hopefully bid this out in the spring. So yeah, I'd be happy to answer any questions that any of you might have.
Any comments from the board?
As far as area, it's an approximate 20,000 square foot building at the corner of Birchwood and 4th Street. Obviously, they're gonna tear down the building that's there by contractors the end of the year. I know Brad Neep's soliciting some bids on that, and hopefully we'll know soon what those plans are to get that work out of there. Once they get that out, I met with Lee even today out there. You know, we'll get it at the site and take a look at it, because we'd like to put it in a similar location as it is today. So a 20,000 square foot building, I mean, we're probably in the, give some round numbers now, but 3 to 4 million range.
Yeah, probably in there. I mean, it does, right now it's a difficult time.
Yeah.
Just dealing with all types of projects, but that's a pretty good range for the building part of it.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea, when you look at 300,000, I mean, we're talking 3 to 4 million, and there's a lot of work there, so.
What kind of time frame are we looking at? Obviously, I heard you talk about the end of the year on the demolition of the facility, existing facility, but where are we looking at time frame on this being completed and then afterwards?
Yeah, so this would turn them loose. I mean, obviously, we're a little open with your schedule.
Yeah, we'll develop a schedule once the contract's approved. But like you said, out for bid in the springtime, it's probably, you know, between like a 9-12 month site development and construction project. So you're looking at, you know, 2023, you know, completion of construction. Is that something?
Yeah, obviously we come back to you guys for approval of the bids, and then at that point, and I'll work with you guys on that. It'll be in the specs and all that as far as start date, deadline, all that. But I would anticipate at this point, we're looking at summer next year to break ground and start the project. And then, like you said, 9 to 12 months, and you got winter in there. You got to figure, I mean, if you start early enough, you got a good clean 9, you're good. But so that's the thinking right now.
All right, thank you.
Where's the bike trail gonna start and end?
So right now, and I've worked with the mayor on a lot of this. Trustee Parrott's had some comments on it too. Right now, I mean, we still got work to do on that, but we just want to leave space behind it. So if you see the white fence at the behind the site between us and the residents there, it would go between Clifton and 4th as a part of this. We still have work to do on, you know, what do we do at 4th, and then kind of what we do at Clifton. But hopefully we can work through some of that with you guys. At this point, we design it, and you know, whether we construct it or not is something we'll work with you guys on. But we want to leave space and design it just so we're prepared to do that. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. Any other questions? If not, call the roll.
Hilliard,
Yes.
Leach,
Yes.
Parrot,
Yes.
Clunier.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item is item B. This is an ordinance making amendments regarding no parking restrictions near Morton Junior High School to Chapter 6 of Title 9 of the Morton Municipal Code.
Can I have a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
Go ahead and explain.
What this will essentially do, and I've worked with Chief and street superintendents. I think some of you guys even mentioned it within the planning of the junior high. This is kind of that next step. You know, junior high built a very large parking lot. Our hope is that they use that parking lot. So this kind of cleans that up on North 2nd, which would be on the west side of the junior high, and it would be no parking. The biggest one would be on the east side of North 2nd from Jackson all the way to Tyler. Currently, there will be the one driveway that comes out onto 2nd, but otherwise there are no homes along North 2nd anymore. And then on the west side, there's a little strip there where 2 or 3 cars, I think it's 3 cars park next to their parking lot at the corner. So we would like to clean that up too. We've got 2 parking lots. There's no reason for 3 cars to park there. We would leave it on the west side next to the houses that are there so they can park in front. Is everybody familiar with that? And then on North 3rd, pretty much same. On the west side, there'd be no parking from East Jackson all the way to Main. And then on the east side, what's there today, the 120 foot north of East Jackson, and then there's the houses there. So it'd be parking on houses all the way to Polk would be allowed, and then North Main to East Polk, it would be no parking again around the curve there. So this is a pretty big, not a big change, but it's fairly large, but it goes with us abandoning and vacating Harrison, and this improves the off-street parking in this area, which I think will be good. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
If I remember, there's a couple of the striped parking spaces there. Are those going to be unstriped?
We plan to
Built-
unstripe them, which is not a pretty situation as you mean, but we'll probably lightly grind them and get them out of there.
Okay.
And then signs will be up along there to identify the no parking. This will not be an 8 to 4 thing. I think there was some 8 to 4 in there before. This will just be all the time now. So there'll be signs, and then it'll be in chief's hands for them to enforce when there's issues.
Any other questions? Call the roll.
Leach.
Yes.
Parrot.
Yes.
Blunier.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Motion carries.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
All right, any of the trustees, Brad, did you have anything? I'm
I have
sorry.
nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Village trustees, anyone? See, trustee Leach has something.
Yes, Your Honor. As you might recall, we've had 3 rounds of the Department of Community Economic Opportunity, economic stimulation business grants that we've done. We still have some money available to us. The last time, if you remember, we had 2. Yeah, we had 2. One of them, it was their 3rd application to get up to the $25,000. From my perspective, if we don't open it up, I don't have a problem with it, because it's not like we've had a flood of people the last 2 times. We had, I think, 14 or 15 in December, and ended up with 2 this last time. But if we do open it up, it would be the final time if we don't give all the money out that's available. I'm not going to suggest doing it again, but if you want my opinion, I wouldn't even offer it again. But if the other 3 of you would like to do that, then we'll go ahead and do it. I haven't seen a rush of people saying that they want this, but if you think we should do it a 4th time, we can.
What's everyone's take on it?
I have a question. If we don't do it now, is there opportunity to do it again later, or no? Or is it like now or you lose it?
Well, I would say now or you'd lose it. We have about $100,000 that's left available to us, but it was available to us the last round, and we only gave out $10,000, $11,000. So it's from that, I'm saying that we can go through the motions if you'd like to. If we get none, it's the same as not doing it anyway. But if you remember, in December, we made phone calls to businesses, giving them the opportunity. It was posted as many different places as we could, and we got 14 or 15 applications. My statement is that we had at that time, $323,000 available to us, and it's not like the business community rushed to apply. So we've done 3 rounds. This would be a 4th round. And so from that perspective, with no real clamoring, saying, where can we get, money for this? No one's asking, as far as I know. So.
I haven't been contacted by anyone in relation to an additional round.
Right.
As long as we expend it before December 31st.
Correct.
It would be okay with the state. So if we did another round, we would have to get it paid out before December 31st.
Well, what's everybody want to do?
I'm okay with one more chance. I know there's been plenty of opportunities, and I agree with you. Nobody's clamoring, but gosh, it pains me to see that money not being given. And my hope is that maybe we'll have some people that didn't before.
I think the thing that, the last round, the questions I received were, do I still have to make a reduction of 25% income level, cutoff? And I said yes, and most of them can't make that now. Their businesses are open enough that they're not down that far. They could still go back to March of 2020 and apply if they haven't applied before. So I don't know if we would get any interest.
The 25%, that's state number, not our number. Is that
Right.
correct?
And this money, my understanding, if we don't expend it, the state has to send it back to the federal government. I don't believe the state gets to keep it.
Right.
I'm
Trustee,
sort of indifferent on it. If they've not come this far, then, but I understand what Trustee Parrott's saying for, hey, it's there, it's opportunity. We make it one more time for them. If they don't, then they don't. Like you said, it's like we didn't offer, but we did. And
Trustee Bloom, do you have a feeling one way or the other?
One thing that sticks in my mind is Trustee Leach, you said you reached out to the businesses. Do you feel you've reached out to everybody that could potentially use it?
I either called them and talked to them or left voicemail. Julie, I think, even emailed. The EDC put it up on their website, including the chamber. It was on our website. We had, if you remember, the big deal in January when we handed out the money. So it's from that. I guess the thought that I'm saying is that we've gotten about as much traction as I think we're going to get. Or what we could do is not do anything at the moment, and then at the next meeting make a decision, and we could still let it be open, apply by December 7th or something, and see what we get. But if people are listening and they want to apply, call or email us and let us know that they'd like to.
To Trustee Parrott's point, I just want to make sure all the bases are covered and everyone takes advantage of it, but it sounds like you've gone way over and above in contacting people, so if we just let it ride, then if someone wants to take advantage, they can. If they don't, then...
We've handed out over $200,000 of money that had been made available, so it's not like we haven't done anything. And the last thing is that we actually didn't ask for 323. Our number was lower. They bumped it up. The state did, just to let you know.
That's right, they did.
Right.
They asked if we could get rid of some more money.
And I do know too that the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity is also offering their business interruption grant
Right.
too, which is up to $150,000. So, and I don't actually know the particulars on that, but I know that that's out there for businesses also.
Right. And if you got the big grant,
You can't get this. And I know there's a handful of people that did get the big grant that I know that's why they didn't apply for ours,
Right.
is because they already got that one. Right.
And, some didn't receive up to the maximum of what we offered, and unfortunately, if you got 10,000 and you could have gotten 25 from us, you were just out of luck, unfortunately.
I think your point was, let's let it ride, just in case someone comes through.
Yeah,
If it
I
doesn't cost us
guess,
anything extra.
yeah, it doesn't, if we just leave it open right now, and then somebody calls you next week and says, hey, I saw that, I do want to do that.
Right.
So did you make a suggestion that letting it ride up till like the first meeting in December?
Yeah.
But we would make the final decision at our next meeting here. Are we going to let it ride to December, or are we going to say, we're done? So you need to think between now and our next meeting. But if we just let it ride between now and then, we should also find out if anybody calls or emails us and says that they want to participate, then we'll know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody okay with that? All right, anything else?
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Any other trustees have anything? If not, no executive session, so if we can have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.